Hi, how are you? Dr. Pami here. In today's episode, I am going to talk about starting business in Africa. It is a little bit harder to start business in Africa than to start business here in the United States. But either way, we have to find a way of starting business in Africa. One thing that is so important for me, I think, it is a mindset. You have to have that mindset that I am going to start my business. It starts with your mind. Once they say, Napoleon Hill says that whatever you manifest in your brain, that is what is gonna come to fruition. So manifest it in your brain that you are going to be a businesswoman, you are going to be a businessman. That is the first step. The second step, identify people in your industry. That is very key. Once you identify people in your industry, you can actually follow them. You can even offer free services. Go to them. If somebody is starting a restaurant and you want to start a restaurant, offer to go work there for free. Guess what? While you're working there for free, you're going to learn so many things that you would have never learned. Maybe you might learn that the business of a restaurant is not your cup of tea once you start working. Maybe you just like to be a chef. You understand what I'm saying? Maybe you like to be a chef to cook. That's it. You don't want, because being a restaurant owner, you have to know how to cook. You have to deal with people who are your employees. You have to deal with people who call off work, and you have to work when they are not there. You have to deal with people complaining, and you have to deal with the regulations of licensing and all those other things. So once you follow somebody who is doing what you're doing, and you feel that, okay, this thing, I think this is what I like, I want to be a restaurant owner, then now there are things, even the inside things you're going to learn. So it is very key. If you want to start your own salon, a salon, where you are, selling products, or you're braiding people, you have to do your research, because there's more than that. There's more than just starting your own salon. You don't know the regulations. You don't know what product is what. So you do your homework. But people also ask, in Africa, I don't have money. You will never have enough money. I'm just going to promise you that. Whether you're in Africa, Australia, UK, wherever you are, you will never have enough money. Just start. Whatever you have, whatever money you have, just start with it and then build on it. Start even if it's 1,000 shillings, even if it's 2,000, 20,000 shillings. Because let's say you have 1,000, 2,000 shillings and you buy flour, you buy cooking oil, and you start making chapatis. Those chapatis are like pita bread. And you spend 500 or 1,000 for buying the food and the ingredients that are needed to make chapatis. And then you sell each chapati for $3. Let's assume you made 500 chapatis. So out of the 500 chapatis, which are like pita bread that you made, so if you sell $3 or you sell one chapati for $5, if you sell $5 times 5, that is 2,500. So your first profit is going to be 1,500, because remember you used your 1,000. Then you reinvest your 1,500 back to your business. Now you're going to make more than 500 chapatis. You're going to make 1,000 chapatis to sell. So next time, the profit, the whole amount you're going to sell is going to be 5,000. And 5,000, you remove 1,000. Once you remove that 1,000, now 3,000 is yours. Because you remove 1,000 for buying the for 500, and you remove another 1,000 for buying for another 500. So that those are 1,000 chapatis. So you remove 2,000, your 3,000 is your profit. The first time it was 1,500, the second time is 3,000. And you build on it slowly. So it doesn't matter where you are. If you have that mindset, that business mindset, that thing that you're going, and as you build, patience. Most people don't have patience. You want to become a billionaire. If you ask some of these billionaires, they have been working their entire life. You don't see the sweat. You don't see the things they do until you see them on TV. Oh my goodness, Dr. Pam, how did she become a doctor? I want to be a doctor. 10 years in school. Days I could cry. Days I would cry. My family, my children know. Days I wanted to give up. So it is a sacrifice and building on what you have, building on it, and then eventually you do it. And there are a lot of businesses you can do in Africa with very little money, with 1,000 shillings. So most people say, oh, Dr. Pam, I don't have money to start. Yes, you do. You have 1,000 somewhere. You can borrow somewhere, do something. Those of you braid, do you know braiding, like making a wig that is braided wig? Do you know how expensive it is? Do you know it goes to up to $200, $150? Do you know how much Kenyan money is? If you started your own braiding, you braid. Some of you are very good with sewing machine. Buy those little cups. They have those little cups you put and sew those braids. Do you know, I've seen Nigerians do that. Do you know how much money you can make? Just buying that thing for, it is like $100, 100 shillings. Here it is like $5. You buy, you go make the braids, and then you sew them in a cup and you start selling. Most women want things that are easy. I don't have time to sit down for 3, 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, somebody to braid my hair. But I can spend $100, which is 10,000, to buy a nice braided wig. I just throw it in and go. When I come home, I take it out. How many people do we have who know how to braid but are just sitting and waiting for somebody to give them money? I will tell you the truth, nobody's going to give you money. Everybody's going through their own struggles. I do too. I go through my own struggles. It's not like I'm perfect. It's not like I don't have problems. I have problems. So when somebody's asking me for money, I'm like, I also have problems. Of course, we are in first world country. But you know, first world country comes with, it is responsibility. I have to buy mortgage. I have to pay mortgage. I have to pay car note. I have to pay my phone too. I have to pay taxes. I have to pay, I live in a gated community for association. You add that. That is money that I have to pay, even if I get paid more. So I might not have a spare to help the whole world, but I will have a time to educate you, to show you how you can start your own little business and help yourself. Because your 10,000 in Africa, which is $100 in America, is, when you use it in Africa, it's a lot. If somebody gives you 10,000, for me, 10,000 is $100. That is money I can just blow going to buy dinner with my children, and that's it. It's gone. So the values are different. That is why I say, like, $1,000 here in America might be little compared to $1,000 at home. So if you ever have a well-wisher who gives you $100, that is 10,000 shillings, use it to invest. I have family members, I have relatives back in Africa. You help, you send them this money, they want to do this, but they will not invest that money. They would think like tomorrow they'll come with another excuse and ask you for money. Not knowing that sometimes even when people from USA give you the money, they are sacrificing themselves to help you out. So look for a way, that money somebody gives you, look for a way of investing that money in something that is gonna give you residual income every time. And I've learned that people help those people who want to help themselves. If you find somebody who is doing business and who is doing something, who is working hard, who is doing something towards adding value to themselves and to the community, people tend gravitate to wanting to help them. So you have to start doing something in order for somebody to help you. And as I said, this episode strictly is for my African followers, my African clients, but anybody can learn from it. It is not that you have to have $1 million to begin business. It is not like you have to have 10,000, 20,000. It is the mindset. Because once you start, you can start with one product. And that is why it is very important. You follow people who are doing something. If you are following your friends who are negative, that is why you have to detoxify yourself and associate with winners. Instead of being jealous about winners, instead of seeing somebody who is doing so well and being jealous and calling them names and being nasty about it, how about gravitating towards that person and asking, how can I serve? Because sometimes you get to know somebody, they will share something that you didn't know. They would share an idea you didn't know. They will tell you, there are so many people selling on Amazon. Once you learn to know how they do it, instead of being jealous, you don't want to buy from them, you know, you're feeling, how about asking, how did you do it? Or how about asking, how can I help sell some of your products? As you help sell, the person will open up and be like, oh my goodness, this person is kind. They are helping me to sell my product, or they're helping me. Let me help. But some people, they just want to come and ask, how did you do it? How did you do it? Can I do it? No, you have to build relationships. You have, even the Bible says, you have to serve first. You have to add value to people first before people can trust you. So you can't just today wake up and say, oh, I want to do this. Learn, do your research, serve others. You will do it. I promise you, you will do it. If you have that thought in your mind, it is going to manifest. I will tell you a quick story before I leave. Before I came to USA, I invested my mind. I was thinking about USA. I didn't have anybody to help me. I was like, you know what? My neighbors, they were doing so well because they were in USA. I was like, gosh, we are so poor. We don't have anything. How can I also improve this? I never felt jealous about them. I would go, my friend, who was the cousins to these families, I would go with them and I would sit there and I would serve their mothers. I would be happy, being in my place, until I told God, I also want to improve myself. I also want to make a difference in my family, in my community. And I told God I would give back, I would support, I would do this. But I did not sit down and eat a sandwich. I was still working very hard. I went to school, even with the dyslexia. I went to school and went to university, even with the dyslexia, and made it to university. So now I gave myself an advantage because I already went to university in Africa. So you have to pivot yourself towards where you're going to be successful. Either you are associating with people who are successful, or you are doing something that is going to add value in the community. If you look at most people who are successful, even in our African community, they believe in themselves. They have a different kind of mindset. They think differently. It is not like they have college degree or they're doctors, they're PhD holders. It is their mindset. And for those of you who come from Africa, from Kenya. You look at Willie Paul, you look at Akode, you look at Otile Brown, you look at Diamond Platinum, you look at Rayvanny. These people, some of them don't have college degree, but they believe in what they are doing. Even sometimes they don't know how they're doing it. They are doing it. Some don't even, like from Tanzania, they cannot even articulate a word in English. But they believe in themselves. Go and look at the billboards. They are the ones, number one. 5 million YouTube followers. 6 million Instagram followers. 16 million Instagram followers. These people do not have a college degree, but they believed in what they are doing. Comedians, actors, actresses, and singers, even politicians, people, the Kebichoge Keinos of our Africa who run, they believe in themselves. They are like, you know what, I am going to be the champion. I am going to be the one to run and be the number one champion from Africa and from the whole world. They have a different mindset. And it is a challenge to you and to me. We have that mindset. We have to get outside the closet and think outside the closet. Money is not going to fall like manna from heaven. You have to think about it. You have to manifest about it. You have to provide services. You have to think like a winner. You just can't think like a loser. You have to have a winner's mindset. Go to YouTube. Sometimes you don't like Dr. Pam, but do you like a message? If you like my message, listen to it. You don't even have to comment or say anything. Oprah Winfrey, there are women who have gone ahead of us, who have done, Dr. Maya Angelou, who have done millions and millions of things. Wangari Maathai. These are women who have gone ahead of us. Ngozi from Nigeria. Women who have gone ahead of us. Zari, the boss lady. She's from Uganda. She lives in South Africa. Owns business. She's a top-notch. Owns business. She comes to social media. Everybody stops. The world stops. Zari doesn't have a college degree. Of course, she has a certificate in cosmetology. But the woman is very, very smart. Very smart. You go Google her and know how much she's worth. So, the challenge for you who is going to watch this is that, what are you doing to make a difference in your life? What are you doing to do that business that you've always wanted to do, or that school you've always wanted to go? You don't have to wait for anybody to hand you out. If you don't have a table, if people will not invite you to the table, as Tyler Perry says, if people are not going to invite you to the table, go with your own chair and sit there. How about that? You go with your own chair. Get a folding chair and go there and sit. That is all I believe. And I will continue with the second episode on how to start your own business, especially in Africa. And I will do it here in America. I'll be doing different episodes. Meanwhile, you can also go, if you want, you can check my website. It's www.freshcrownhair.com. I sell hair products. I sell face products, and I love it. I don't use line. I don't have any makeup. Our line is so good. I have so many, and I thank God for those women who are supporting. It is so good. It is so natural. You don't have to put face powder. It is, once you start using it, your face glows. Right now, I don't have anything. This is my natural face. So you can go and subscribe, and you can go buy them. We ship them all over the world. We ship them in Africa. We ship them to Australia. But you have to pay extra if you are shipping outside USA. But if not, share this video if it can help somebody. I love you, appreciate you. Dr. Pam, all the way from Michigan, USA. I love you. Be your own boss. Believe in yourself because you are so worth it. You are so worth it. Never let anybody bring you down. Never let anybody tell you that you can't, because you yourself, you are a winner. You, that idea God gave you, you are going to manifest it, so that you do not deny us something that is so important that you were supposed to bring on this earth. Thank you. Be blessed.